Welcome back to Rich Hatch Homes, where our goal is to provide you value as your Iowa City real estate experts. I'm Tommy.schorer.
I'm Rich Hatch.
And we got another great video for you today, but before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us, all the different things on all the different locations to get the best and latest Rich Hatch Homes content. So, Rich, a couple weeks ago, we talked about the market changing this year from the past several years, going back to coming out of the pandemic and super low interest rates and houses flying off the shelves and things going crazy. You know, back then it was almost, if you wanted to sell your house, you pick what you think might be a good price, list it, and boom, you got multiple offers, you know, in a lot of situations. We aren't seeing that now. We are seeing that sellers need to be more strategic, more intentional when they go to list their house with their agent. So talk to us about, first, what are the three main things that kind of set the stage for a house and how successful it will be selling once it's listed?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, you know, back during COVID, as you mentioned, you know, there was a lot of strategy that had to be involved with. You wanted to price it at a point where you knew it was going to appraise at. You know, the realtors, their value was helping you navigate the multiple offer scenario and, you know, whether you need to counter or accept. But as far as the market now, like you said, it has shifted, and we're seeing kind of that, what I would call kind of an more even market or a more stable market. And with that, what really sells real estate is three things. Some people will say location, location, location.
It's location, location, location.
But I would say it's location, condition, and price. And so those are your three main items that are going to sell your house.
Okay, so let's start with what I heard first when you were talking location. But location's kind of fixed. What can you do with that?
Right. So if there's somebody if you're starting to see some objections for the location, well, how do you overcome those objections? You need to highlight what are the benefits of the location. So maybe your location is far away from the city and people want to live close to the city. So maybe what you need to benefit or highlight is how you're surrounded by trees, or maybe you have a peaceful, restful setting. You get to enjoy the countryside. You know, so those are the things that you want to emphasize. Maybe if you're on a busy street, you want to emphasize we're in a good location close to everything. So again, it's part of it is going to be a marketing strategy and how you're going to market that house.
So what I'm hearing, you can't change the location, but you can change how it's received, change how it's framed in people's mind.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay,
yeah, that's good.
Great. So location itself is hard to change. There are some strategies for reframing and things like that. The easiest to change would probably be the price.
Yeah. And we say that, you know, easiest to change. We know that it's painful to lower the price, you know, and we're not trying to diminish that. What we're just saying is that is by far the easiest way to overcome objections. You know, if we're talking about location and it keeps coming back up that location is an issue, the easiest way to address that is to lower the price. I know it's not a pleasant way to do it, but it is something that is quite easy to do.
And it depends on what the seller's goals are, what their situation is. Do they have a certain amount of net profit they need and net proceeds they need to walk away with to make their next step? That impacts it as well. As well as allergy season. Where should we pick up? That whole puzzle and picture impacts the strategies that we're going to use. But just on the surface, just the basics of changing the price is logistically the easiest in that regard.
Yeah, that's a great way to say it, Tommy. The last one obviously is going to be condition. And condition of the property, that can be, you know, that could be something that's fairly simple to take care of, paint, cleaning, things like that. Or it can be a little bit more complicated. Maybe the whole house needs new siding, or maybe there's some damage to the house that, you know, needs new windows or something along those lines. And so it really depends on the condition, what aspect you're talking about addressing. Sometimes if it's just a can of paint, that might be an easy thing to take care of and have those sellers take care of it. But if you're starting to talk about some more expensive items, or if somebody says, boy, we just want a whole new updated kitchen, then we go back maybe again to price. Here's the danger, right? You don't want to be spending a whole lot of money fixing up the property to being something that doesn't appeal to somebody's taste. Or it could be something where you spend maybe a little bit more money than you needed to, and you're not going to get that money back in the sale. So again, this is where I think you and I come in, and we can give you some guidance on, hey, how do we best address these particular objections that we're dealing with? And speaking of condition, we do have another video out there, Tommy. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Rich, the video we made just gives some overarching general ideas for home renovations or improvements that typically show the highest return on investment as far as home projects and things you can do.
So if it's location, maybe the strategy is going to be a marketing strategy. Maybe the strategy is going to be to highlight the area that it's in. If it's condition, maybe the strategy is to change the condition of the house. Maybe it is to hire a professional cleaner. Maybe it would be to get something painted or change a few lights in the house. Or it might be addressing both these items with price. Price is the easiest way logistically to deal with overcoming the objections of location and condition.
Absolutely. And you talk about being strategic. This is something that's different for every situation. Every house is different. Every location is different. Conditions are different. The seller's situation and goals are different. So that's why we take the time to find that stuff out and develop a game plan for that house, for those sellers, because your last listing isn't going to be the same as this listing. The market can shift. There's small changes all the time. So we address that through these conversations, through these strategy development talks and things like that, to make sure we put our clients and those folks we're trying to help out in the best position to succeed.
Absolutely. And we're here to bring clarity, to help you see what, and give you good advice. We're not here to make your decisions. And so that's where we leave it up to you. But we do give you that advice and help you see, okay, what are your options? How can you move forward? And what would that look like?
So hopefully you got some good information in this video of what goes into pricing strategy or just listing strategy altogether, whether it's a new listing coming on that hasn't been listed yet, or something that's been on the market for a little while and we need to kind of revamp because we haven't had some of the action that we've wanted or things like that. So if you ever have any questions about this or anything else related to real estate, don't hesitate to reach out to Rich or to me. Thank you for watching Rich Hatch Homes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all the things, and we'll see you next time.